Sometimes silence is the loudest answer. In a world where everyone's shouting to be heard, there's power in being still, in listening, in simply being. This is a story that changed my life, a lesson from a Zen monk that taught me how silence can help you get everything you ever wanted. Let's begin. There was once a young man, ambitious, intelligent, always in a rush. He had dreams, big ones, but no matter how hard he worked, every morning he'd wake up feeling behind chasing success, chasing approval, chasing something he couldn't even name. Until one day he heard about a Zen master who lived in the mountains. They said the monk had the answers to life's biggest questions. So the young man packed his bag and climbed all the way to the monastery. When he arrived, he bowed and asked the monk, "Please, teach me how to find peace. Teach me how to succeed. I'll do anything." The monk simply smiled, poured him a cup of tea, and said, "First, sit and be silent." The young man was confused. "Just sit? But what about my goals, my questions, my purpose?" The monk repeated, "Gently, be still, be silent." For days he sat. No phone, no noise, just his breath, the trees, and silence. At first, he was restless. His thoughts screamed doubts, regrets, plans, fears. But slowly, the noise faded. He began to notice things he'd never seen before. The way the wind moved through the leaves, the warmth of the sun, the sound of his own heartbeat. And in that silence, he finally heard himself. Not the voice of pressure, not the voice of the world, but the quiet, deep truth that had always been inside him. He didn't need to chase everything. He just needed to align with what truly mattered. After a week, the monk sat beside him and said, "Now you are ready, not because you have all the answers, but because you've made space to receive them." The young man returned home, but he was never the same. He didn't speak as much, but when he did, people listened. He wasn't chasing success anymore, and yet success began to find him. Why? Because silence taught him clarity. Stillness gave him strength. And now he was centered. So, if you're feeling lost, if the world feels too loud, try silence. Turn off the noise, sit, breathe, and listen. You might just find everything you've been looking for has been waiting in the quiet all along. Be silent and get everything. If this story brought you peace, share it with someone who needs to hear it.